welcome back to our series of the Whiskey 100 plays. In this series, we're going to bring you games that we'd like to play. Normally, they're usually normal games, but we turn them into drinking games. This is actually a drinking game
that is not
designed to be a drinking game. It's called Drunk Quest. Today, we're going to go over treasures. Treasures are your green cards. You shuffle them up. This is your hand. You would sit there and not let anybody know. We're going to go over the different types of cards in the treasure deck, and this time we're going to start off with permanents.
Yes.
Permanents enhance your character's abilities and give you special things. So you're only allowed to have one permanent of a certain type. So you can have one ring, you can have one hat, you can have a weapon, boots. I think that's it, right?
I think so.
There's no pants or cloaks yet. But there is a belt that allows you to carry multiples. If you don't have that, you can only have one. This one happens to be the treasure, the slur ring is what it's called. And they all got little sayings on it. What did you just say? It's a slur ring because you slur your words when you talk. Treasure trade. So this one allows you to, and again, to fill out the ability, you just read what it says. That's all you got to do. And during your turn, you may take 4 drinks. You get 2 treasures, 2 additional cards. But for this ring, you have to discard one. So you look at it, you take the best, you throw one away, you get to keep one in your hand. Rings are usually done at the beginning of your turn, but before an action or anything's taken place. Because once you do an action, roll the dice, play a card, or pass and draw, your turn's over. So always use your permanents at the beginning of your turn. And that is...
Just get in the habit of looking down.
Yes.
You know, your turn, look down to permanents.
Yes. Some minus drinks, so when you defeat a boss, you don't have to take so many drinks. Some will contradict your house, so like this house here is 13 drinks, but then if you have a ring that reduces it by 3, you're only taking 10, so your house doesn't take into effect. So you have to play it when you have to take that into consideration when you're playing. You can discard your cards at any time. Like if you don't want your hand, you can throw your hand away if you want. Not a smart way to play.
Well, it'd be hard to get it back.
Yes, but you can do for the rings too. And then if you get a second ring, you don't have to automatically throw one away. You can choose which permanent you want to keep. So like if you have a really good helm and you get another helm, you don't have to throw your good one away.
You can discard the one you drew or replace the one. But if you do, say, replace this ring with another ring, this one does get discarded. It does not go back in your hand.
Yes, it goes into the discard pile. So the second type of treasure cards we're going to talk about is the action card. So on your turn, you can do 3 things. You can roll the dice, play or pass and draw, or you can play an action card. An action card is very simple. It's an action taken against the monster that you're fighting. We'll go over that in another video. This one simply adds 2 drinks to the total value of the monster. So if you have somebody who is not drinking, or you want to get drunk, or you just want to make them drink more, you would throw that out here. Again, all you got to do is read the card. It'll tell you what to do. There's locks that stop the monster from being moved. There's some that add levels. There's all kinds of different action cards. The basic takeaway is if you play an action, it affects the monster.
And to be very clear, when we say the 3 things you do, pass and draw, roll your dice, or play an action, to play an action, like it's straight, they're normally green,
yeah,
and it does say this is an action.
Straight up action on.
So playing a purple card or a blue card or anything else is not an action.
Yes, it has to say action. It's an action card, and we'll get into, actually right now, we'll get into the purple and the blue cards.
There we go. So the purple, they are instances. They can be played at any time. It doesn't have to be on your turn. It could be in the middle of somebody's turn. It could be outside of a circle, and we'll explain what a circle is with the monsters. So to be, a lot of them, they give drinks. Here's cop. This is 1 drink for 1 person. So I would just be like, hey, Dennis, have a drink.
And you take your drinks.
And so to get a little more complicated, this is the Jade Chalice. Choose 1 player, take 4 drinks. Dennis, take 4 drinks, and then I get to draw 2 treasures. And those are in my hand.
Basically they work, they're instant, they can play at any time. Instance, the definition of the word. So I throw it. The affected player has to deal with the instant before they do anything else, because there are cards in there that you have to give me a card or something like that. So when that happens, you have to deal with the card first. You can't like throw all your good cards away or something like that. So as soon as the instant comes out, it's an instant. Take 4 drinks, he gets 2 cards.
And
1 drink.
Then for a real nasty card, this is weak sauce. This is lose a level. To win in Drunk Quest, you have to defeat and have 6 monsters. Each monster is a level. So you would have your own little stack of however many levels you got, 0 to 6. So if I put this down, Dennis loses a level. I mean, there goes a 6 of your game.
Yes.
And then, but he can use this type of card.
The last type of card we're going to talk about are interrupts. An interrupt stops something from happening, just like the definition of the word. Interrupt something from happening. So he can interrupt, some of them can interrupt actions, some of them can interrupt interrupts, and some of them interrupt instances. So if he threw the weak sauce at me, which is lose a level, I could use this interrupt, which is a reverse one, which stops an instance from happening. So this card never happens. Now, he can affect an interrupt as long as his card says that. There's one in there, toast.
Yes.
Stops the last action, interrupt, or instant that was played. Yep. Automatically stops it, doesn't happen.
I don't think any of them specify that they only interrupt an interrupt, because that'd be pretty specific and they'll have
Yes,
a lot.
so they only say some will only do actions, some will only do instances.
Yes.
And then the other ones will do 3.
They'll basically interrupt anything.
Yeah, it'll stop it from happening. There's some other ones. Was it poof? Poof is another interrupt,
yes.
but you actually get to keep the card. So again, all you have to do is read it. So when something happens to you, you just read the card, and it will tell you if it can stop it or not. And then you'll know the rules and all that stuff as you play more.
Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, ring the bell. This is Whiskey 100 Plays.
Whiskey 100 plays.
And next video, we're going to cover the monsters.
Yes, we will. And be safe.